Awesome. Okay, we're on the ship and we are on a mission to get to the sanctuary immediately. So we're looking for an elevator. Okay, we gotta find the sanctuary. I should have mapped it, but I didn't. I think it's at the front. Hi. Can you tell me how to get to the sanctuary from here?
Sanctuary, you can take the stairs right here and walk to the front.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. Woo. Okay, set up the stairs and to the front. A lot of times you can't get to the sanctuary directly on that level. That's why I came to 15. The grass floor is an indicator. Here we go. Hopefully there aren't any carryovers. Also, hopefully they aren't reserving only full trip passengers, because sometimes they do that. Oh no, it's up there. It's up another. Went all the way forward on the wrong deck. Back to the spa. No elevator there. I hope we're not too late. So we were fourth to get up here, even with being lost.
Yes.
We are waiting our turn. We got number 4, and it sounds like all the exterior loungers are already taken, which is crazy because we're the 4th couple and there are several. So I think that people are staying on and have reserved already. Anyway, I'll show you. Hopefully we get something. They have these cool ones over here. They have little sunshades built into them. So even though they're not under this umbrella thing, they're able to get shade. No, thank you. That'll be perfect. Thank you. So we were able to get these 2 chairs for the Panama Canal. Everything up front is taken. And I didn't really understand what he said about these clamshells, but let me show you them. He said something about champagne on Panama Canal Day and everything not being done out in the clamshell until later. But look at how cool these are. Actually, I'm a big fan of them. They're really awesome. See the lower blue chairs?
Yeah.
Those you can get to by the spa. Kind of like on the Sun Princess we saw them.
Right.
But you don't have to pay. We're gonna go down and snag some of these spa chairs for now. All right, we're 1 deck down from the sanctuary. It's right up there. This is the pool we'll use. And we were able to get 2 of these spa chairs, which is in a beautiful place. And I truly had a nightmare a few days ago about being on a ship and not having Medallion. Like wanting to order something and not being able to get it delivered to where we were. And I woke up, had to tell John about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I missed the Medallion. So I think we'll sit here and we'll have our first cocktail in our loungers. What do you think?
I'm happy to be sitting in the shade.
Can't wait for him to try the sanctuary and see why it's worth going through that on boarding day. Like the benefit of just spending, 30 minutes after you get on to run up there and get your spot reserved is so worth it. We always like to have an Embarkation Day drink, and I hope I didn't just jinx us by talking up the Medallion as soon as we got on. But we tried to open the Medallion to place an order and have our Embarkation drink come to us. And I'm just getting a spinning wheel, like it can't connect to the ordering system. And as we were going through security, there was a guy wearing the SES shirt, which is what it says on the back of medallions, who, I don't know if it was the same guy we met on the Sky Princess, but we think that might be a bad sign that they're doing some maintenance or trying to make it work better on this ship, and it currently doesn't work very well. We'll see. But at the moment, we are not able to use the Medallion to order anything. The rest of the app looks connected and everything, so it's just that specific feature, which is the main convenience of it. So anyway, we're gonna have to schlep it to the bar and get our own cocktails, which is so Royal Caribbean. Now there's a calm after the storm, and the guys can figure out if they overbooked or double booked anything. That is such a rush and a logistics nightmare, I'm sure. We're in Crooners, which is the Martini bar that I have been telling John is my favorite location. And I know that when they built the Sky without it, there was basically an outcry. The reason it's my favorite is that I love a dirty martini with blue cheese olives. And I just asked for that, and he said, we just have regular olives. Is that okay? I remember they had several types of olives, and that was the point of Crooners. It's a martinis, all different kinds of martinis. So I hope they haven't moved away from that, because that really was what made this bar very cool. I mean, everything else about it, the live music and stuff does too. But bring back the blue cheese olives, people. We need them. Alright, here is our first cocktail. Got a dirty martini and John got Long Island with Diet Coke and regular olives. Cheers.
May I please have your attention for an important safety announcement. Our records indicate that there are multiple guests that have yet to fully complete our Safety Essentials program.
How can we with the app not
This
working?
is a 3-step program. Step 1 of our Safety Essentials program is visit. We ask you to please visit your stateroom as soon as possible.
Oh.
Once you reach your muster station, you are going to check in with your medallion with one of our muster station personnel to confirm attendance. Step number 2 of our Safety Essentials program is watch. It is mandatory for all guests to watch our very important Safety Essentials video. There's 2 ways you can do this, using our Ocean View television or within the Medallion Class app. And step number 3, listen. Right before departure today, our captain will make an announcement, followed by the sounding of the general emergency alarm. It is very important that you listen to this announcement and familiarize yourself with the sound of the alarm. Once again, our records indicate that we have many guests outstanding in step 1, visit, and step 2, watch. Thank you for your attention and a very warm welcome on board.
The problem with this notification right now is that the Medallion has not been working. There is no internet. When you go to the safety section of the app, you cannot access the video. And here, John will show you. You go to the app and you try to hit watch, and nothing happens. And we went to our cabin to drop our bags off, and the guy was actively, this is at 1:30, so well beyond the time you normally can get to your cabin. The guy was still putting towels in and stuff, and I just asked, is it okay if we drop off our bags? They said yes, but it was very obvious that we were in his way, and so we had to leave. So how are we supposed to complete this process? I don't think Sail Away is going to be on time, because I'm an extremely well-seasoned passenger on Princess and haven't been able to do this yet. So what are the first-timers thinking? They're totally confused. And they're also probably waiting for an announcement that the rooms are ready to go, and there hasn't been one. So anyway, I guess we'll go to our cabin now, assuming that it's ready. Okay, let's see if our medallions work, because we've been getting an error message. So the door's closed. And we have our cheese plate, which I ordered just to confirm that they're actually ripping people off the way I saw on the Sky. It says 30 pieces when you order it. Oh, that's much better than the last one. And I guess it comes with prunes. Woo!
I like the room.
Then we have our mini bar, our water, and the remainder of the mini bar down here. We don't have any Perrier, which is my favorite thing about the mini bar. So, what is this? Club soda. Maybe that's instead of Perrier, which will be fine. And our room. I kind of took a picture of the bed and everything earlier. Let me show you the bathroom. And I don't know if you're a non-elite member, are you guys receiving this in your cabin, or is that what they're calling the elite spa amenities now? Here's the mini bar selection. I'm used to having Courvoisier, and we have this now. John says it's good. I've never heard of that. We have the normal Dewarts, or Dewars. This is different. I'm not used to having Absolute either. Those are kind of cute. But isn't Absolute what you don't like?
No, I like Absolute. I'm not a fan of, no, I like Absolute very much.
And then Beefeater. So we have gin, vodka, scotch, and whiskey. So there's 4 whiskeys and no Courvoisier. But we have our 2 water packages. We don't have a beverage package this time, so I highly recommend buying the water. You really will go through it, especially in a hot climate. And I hope we got enough. We have 24 bottles. We got our cheese plate. I have to double check. I know we ordered a few more things. Like we ordered a soda package, but we'll have to call them and tell them what style soda we want. And then also we got a coffee package. There has been quite a bit of discussion online lately about the soda package. Sorry, I just put lotion on, so it looks ridiculous. The coffee package, the new grounds, you buy like 15 specialty coffees. We ordered that, and a couple days later, people said it disappeared off of the cruise planner. And some people are speculating that it's being removed as an option. Some people are saying it's being repriced. I'm not really sure. But what I do know is we need to watch our safety briefing so the ship can take off. So we're gonna turn it on. I do give them credit now for announcing pre-takeoff that you have to watch before your TV will work otherwise. Because if you watched my, I think, Grandeur of the Seas video, or no, that was Royal. Grand Princess. We couldn't get the TV to work. And by we, I mean Chris. The entire time. And like, as we were going to bed, he finally watched the whole thing and got through it. So we're going to turn on the TV, watch our video, and especially because it's not available on the app where we would have preferred to do it. Get it taken care of so that when the ship leaves, we're able to sit out on deck somewhere. Our room steward, G'day, just stopped by with the vouchers for the little bottles of alcohol that we purchased, as well as our stateroom soda package. I didn't get the one for our coffee package, so I'm gonna have to go and ask someone. I don't know, maybe that's just like loaded to our account, but I have been seeing a lot of discussion about there being problems with that, so we'll find out. The other thing we received was our invitation to the captain's cocktail party. It is on the 23rd at 6:45. So it's not formal night, and it's the loyalty cocktail party. So that'll be really fun. We like to go to that because you get a free drink. And if you're not buying the cocktail package, you should be looking for the ways to get a little free drink here and there. And then the other thing is the Captain's Circle Elite thing, which explains that you get like 50% off Medallion Net, 10% off of shore excursions, Lotus spa appointments, photo gallery, and in the shops. The shops thing, you used to get 10% off on top of the price that everyone else paid, whether it was a sale price or not. And now you only get 10% off of full price items, which I think is unfortunate. And I don't think that's going to garner any sales for them. But anyway, we have the Captain's Circle Lounge from 5 to 7 every night in Skywalkers. I love Skywalkers, and John hasn't seen a Skywalkers. Have you? Okay, there is a conveyor belt walkway up to the nightclub. They usually have the elite appetizers and stuff set up on the dance floor, and then they have awesome seating all the way around. Like, I was reading about this ship, and it's a sister, but a specialty type of sister. So like they added a deck to this ship specifically, so all the other sister ships don't have it. But if the club setup is the same, you have really cool options to get a private little seating area in the nightclub, and it's just one of the best lounge experiences you're going to find on a cruise ship, in my opinion. So anyway, we will definitely be going to that 5 to 7. Captain Circle Party is on the 23rd for a half hour, and they literally get you in and out in 30 minutes. It's like, grab a drink, sit down. Hello, Captain. Here are the most traveled passengers. Please leave. Then we have on the 27th, a day at sea, the Grapevine wine tasting. This is complimentary for me, and I think they charged John $12. But that's a really nice experience, in my opinion. It's worth $12. I think we'll go to it. Split between us, that means we're paying $6 each. Totally worth trying 5 or 6 wines. And then water shuttles. I guess we are going to have a water shuttle in Grand Cayman, so we will be able to board priority. We don't need to wait in the line and queue up for that. We just get on. The last thing our room steward told us was that we're not showing up on the Medallion net as having any data. I don't know if that's because I keep turning off the Wi-Fi since it's not working and the app is not functioning. I just keep switching off because until we leave port, I might as well use my phone service. But he told us we can go outside of Club Fusion and there's someone there that will manually force it. I tend to think that it's not just me, because ever since we showed up at the pier, the first guy who scanned our medallions did this like because they didn't register right. And then when we were at Crooners and John ordered our drinks, the guy tried to scan his medallion and it didn't work, so he wrote down the room number. So there may be something wrong. I am a big advocate for the Medallion. I don't want to say anything negative about it because I know there is this resistance to it in the cruising community, especially Princess, where there are a lot of apps for the cruise lines at this point, but Medallion is unique to Princess, and I think that Princess has an older, more traditional minded cruise demographic, and so there's resistance to it where there shouldn't be. And I'm afraid that if they have problems like this on Embarkation Day, the people that don't want to use it in the first place are going to get more frustrated and resist it even more. So I wish that Princess would make it the highest priority, that on Embarkation Day this thing works for people, and make it obvious how much of a benefit it can be to the cruising experience. Anyway, John is doing one of my tips for cruising, which is to begin unpacking immediately.
I've learned. I was trained by the best. Also, I'm taking your spot because that's going to be driving for the HDMI cable.
He's going to have to do a video explaining the wiring and everything, because he has to coordinate charging all of our phones, our cameras, making sure that our fans are working and all that.
We should do a tech video of John's tech tips for not only the Medallion and why Medallion is right for you, trust me, and how to do power. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty amazing how he coordinates all this stuff. I've just stumbled through up until I started cruising with him, but he makes sure everything has a port, and he can do a video about that separately. But we're going to get unpacked and hopefully have our room mostly put together before sail away, and then we'll show you as we're taking off in about an hour. Look at this awesome magnet John made so that I can put it on our door. And we have another version of these that if you meet me on a cruise ship and you want to come and say hi to me, we had, I think, 6 people on the last cruise, which to me is crazy. I'm used to nobody or maybe one person coming up and saying hi, but on the last cruise, I had someone come up and say, "Oh my gosh, I watch your channel, SoTweetie." That blew my mind. And then she was the first of 6 who came up and introduced themselves. So we only brought 3 on this cruise, but I will have maybe 5 every time I cruise from now on, where if you come say hi, it will not be an advertisement for my channel. This one says SoTweetie, but the ones that we will give you say Cruise, Travel, Explore. They'll still have the seahorse and the cute like pink writing. But this one we're going to put on our cabin door so that if you walk by, you know that this is where we are. Isn't this so cool? We spent about an hour in the cabin and everything is unpacked at this point.
John still needs to hang up his shirts, which are piled in there. But he hasn't because I stole all the hangers.
I tasked you with hanging things up, and you did some of them, so that's good.
Yeah, I hung up 3 shirts with the hangers that were left after I did my own stuff. And then I left a note for our room steward saying, thank you, can we get some more hangers and a laundry bag? Because one of the elite perks is free laundry and pressing. And honestly, they do a better job than I can on our formal stuff. John has a white shirt, I have 2 dresses, and anyway, we're hopefully going to get those sent out tonight, and that way we get them back by day 3. We have most of the stuff in our cabin that we ordered except for our little bottles of alcohol, so I'll call room service tonight. I know from experience there's no point in waiting on hold all day trying to get in touch with them. We're going to head up on deck and try and get seats at the aft pool. I have now had 2 Fort Lauderdale sailaways that turn around within an hour for a medical disembarkation, so let's cross our fingers that that doesn't happen today. Not for our benefit, but for the people involved. Oh, it's pretty busy out here. Okay, see up there? That's Skywalkers.
Oh, cool.
We are sailing out of Fort Lauderdale, and we're right below Skywalkers, so we can hang out here for about an hour. Then we'll go up to the lounge. We decided not to do dinner. We do have a 5 o'clock reservation in the main dining room, but they have appetizers and all the stuff that we would want to snack on upstairs. So we'll do that, and then we'll try and get our medallions fixed. We haven't even lost cell connectivity, but I looked at the options for buying Medallion Net, and thankfully we get 50% off with my elite status. Even though they've increased the price 50% since our last cruise in December, we were able to buy 1 device connectivity for 10 days at $75, which I think is reasonable. Assuming that we actually have connectivity, because Princess is by far the worst when it comes to internet. They need to get Starlink. They need to figure something out. I mean, we haven't even been able to access the Medallion, which is like local, what is it called, John? Land. Like, ever since we got on the ship, we can't even access the Medallion. So they need to invest in some people that know what they're doing. But anyway, I think that $75 for 10 days is reasonable, so I went ahead and bought it. We're going to Skywalkers. Hi. I hope we're the private event. What do you think?
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, this is where I met Tyler Bryce on the ship that I met him on. Ooh, and they do have the food on the dance floor. So if we come up here tonight, that's going to be the club. Here are the snacks we get at the Elite Lounge tonight. Yummy. And we got awesome seating. That's not a recording, that is live music right now. Here are the cocktails. It's the same menu as when we were on the Sky. So, I can't remember what was the best. I know I love the deep sea, but did we try the mint martini? I don't remember that.
I think so.
Huh, maybe I'll
I
try
don't
that
remember
one.
that, or I think I would have.
John grabbed his second round and brought me a fruit plate and added a date. Unfortunately, in order to get service, I saw 3 waiters standing together chatting at the bar, and I literally held my hand up way over my head doing this for like 30 seconds before one of them acknowledged me and came over. I think she's a manager. Said, "What can I get for you?" I said, "We've been sitting here for a half an hour before I was able to catch someone's attention." She said, "I'm sorry, it's Embarkation Day, so it's a little crazier," which I don't buy that because this is not a lack of waiters. We have waiters everywhere. I don't want to be a complainer, but something is not right. But anyway, so we told her what we want and our room number, and she said she's going to give those drinks to us complimentary as an apology for the delay in service. And then she called over a waiter to take the order of the other tables over here who also have not had any attention since they got here. And I heard one of them saying, I just wanted something to sip on with my appetizers. Like, people feel bad complaining, but at some point it just gets ridiculous. Here is the Boulevardier, and that is his Bacardi Limon Mojito. So, cheers! After the manager brought our drinks over, we have had really good service. I think 3 different waiters are checking on us now. Rough start, and I always try and give the benefit of the doubt on Embarkation Day because I know it's very stressful having your entire customer base leave and new people come on that you don't know what their expectations are. But I do think it's fair to expect that within 30 minutes of sitting down in, especially an elite level venue, someone acknowledges you and asks if you would like to spend money. It's a really gorgeous sunset. John just went over to look at the sunny side of the ship. His medallion is still not working right, so we're going to find somewhere to get that serviced. Interestingly, as soon as I bought the internet package, my whole medallion system started working. So I'm not sure really what's going on with that. Live music. And a beautiful evening. No place I'd rather be than on a ship, especially a princess ship. Overall, did you enjoy the lounge?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Skywalkers is like a really awesome place. We might come back up and do a movie under the stars, but very nice Embarkation Day so far.
have 2 glasses with an ice bucket and laundry bags and a norovirus fact sheet. But this is great because we need to get several things washed, and we have 2 bags now, so we'll put those out tonight. We quickly got our laundry bagged up and caught our room steward in the hallway with it. So he said it will be 72 hours turnaround, which means I do have a dress. I have 2 dresses that I can wear for the first formal night, because I think that might be tomorrow, but we will see. I usually have better than promised return on that laundry, but just to time it, it is about 7 o'clock on Embarkation Day, and we'll see when it comes back. There is a comedian show with Alfred and Seymour at 7:30 in the Princess Theater, and it's 7:05 right now, so we're gonna head that direction, trying to get some seats and hopefully enjoy a nice show. And John is currently fighting with his internet. And
just the LAN, just the app.
yeah, so after 7 on Embarkation Day, still can't get the medallion to work at all. Oh, and we stopped at the coffee place because I wanted to check. We have the grounds package or whatever it's called. And I just stopped by to make sure that if we stop there in the morning, we won't have an issue. I said, can you check whether the coffee package is showing up? Actually, didn't we put it on your name?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why. Because I said, can you check if it's showing up on my medallion? And she's like, where is your medallion? And I held up my hand. I said, it's right here. And so then she found me and said, I don't see a package, which I was assuming is a problem with the app, but maybe it's because we bought it in John's name. It will show up on his, so we'll go check with someone else. But anyway, it's just been a rough go so far with the medallion. This is amazing luck that we just were able to catch seats in the 5th row.
Hello, allow me to introduce myself. I can see some people looking at me going, wow, Prince Harry's really let himself go since he left our whole family. My name is Dan. I'm your cruise director here on board. I come all the way from a tiny little country across the pond called the United Kingdom. Anyone heard of it? Anyone from there? Anyone from the UK? One man, yes. At the back, where are you from? From Surrey. Oh, lovely. Well, this will all be new to you. This is furniture, electricity. What's happening?
We're not prophets, we're not role models, we're just children of the corn.
Oh, yeah.
Making fun of this wild, diverse place called Planet Earth, where we have ducks and lizards selling us car insurance.
Oh, yeah.
If there's something in our show that you disapproved of,
if you saw something in the show you just didn't like,
what you need to do for us is write the complaint on a $100 bill,
put it in the hat.
Seymour, and I've got good news for you. They're going to be back in a few nights' time with a brand new second show in here, so make sure you get yourself down here.
Alfred and Seymour, they're 2 black guys that are really funny. Kind of started out, like, first I wasn't sure if they were just mocking white people, but it ended up being this unifying message, and throughout was just hilarious. I really like when the comedians play off of the audience and what's going on, like people coming in late or getting up to leave for whatever reason, and they did a lot of that. We'll definitely be going back for their other show they're doing later this week. They're going to do the movie Under the Stars starting at 9, which is about a half hour from now, and we thought that it would make sense to use that time to go to the casino and try to activate my free play. John is having weird problems with his medallion, like he can't activate the medallion net for ship access. His phone is in airplane mode, but he's receiving text messages and internet notifications as if he's online, even though
send and receive messages. Everything works. My internet works.
His internet works, he's in airplane mode, and the medallion doesn't work. My suspicion is that there's a problem with the coffee package, which sounds crazy, but that's what I've been reading online lately, that something's wrong with the Newgrounds thing, which we did buy under his name. where it makes your account seem like it has access or has a drink package or something. Anyway, that's one weird thing. The other thing is I went and asked the cashier at the casino to activate my free play, and she asked me how much it was, then wrote it down and told me to come back tomorrow for my casino offer. And I was like, so don't play tonight? Well, you can play with your own money or charge your room tonight, but come back tomorrow for the free play offer. It's like, what is going on? Something, like, no, that's not right. We'll update you on that tomorrow. But we're going to go do this movie, and I've tried to call room service a couple times to swap out my minibar with, like, to get rid of the Cokes and the beer and the stuff that we won't drink with, and replace it with Diet Coke, and also to get the little bottles we ordered, and we ordered a soda package for the room, so I would like to get the Diet Cokes for that. But so far, I haven't been able to get through, so I think we will try again after the movie. And tomorrow is formal night. They announced in the show. John's gonna go, what is it, Rico Suave, where you just have your chest hair showing?
I have a shirt.
You have a shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's gonna wear something unique tomorrow because we sent his nice white shirt out tonight. We'll definitely be going to the dining room tomorrow night because we have reservations for a private table, and we want to take on the free lobster tail, which I hear is getting scarce. Anyway, we'll see you after the movie's Under the Stars. I'll take a couple pictures out there. The seating looks so nice. They have the special cushions and pillows. I didn't see any popcorn, but they usually pass out popcorn and blankets. They're taking down the welcome aboard flags. John and I were split up because he was finishing the movie and I went to lose money in the casino. And on my way to meet up with him, I bumped into Seymour from the comedy club. We went up to the club. Do you know what? The club here on a 10-night Panama Canal cruise is more lively than the club on the Royal Caribbean 5-night. There were a lot of people. Don't tell me that the Princess crowd is old.